All right, welcome back, guys. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Another
Again,
Friday.
that's
Yes.
right. Welcome back to another Friday with Jason and Tina Marie. And so, who are we? We are relationship coaches.
And mentors.
We are
The
life.
hosts of Loving.
Go
We are
ahead.
the hosts of Loving Beyond the I Do podcast and this live broadcast.
That's right. You can find all of our info at legendaryrelationship.com/info.
Yes.
So let us put it out there. If you are watching live or if you are watching the replay, we just want to say thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you get all of the information because we are here on the 411 on relationships. All right.
Yep.
Definitely. And we are here specializing in marriage.
Yep. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend,
That's right.
share,
That's right.
all of those things. You know why? Because one, we got a special guest this week. Secondly, you want to make sure you're getting this good information out to married couples, right? We want to better our relationships. Remember, we're in the year of elevation, right? So we started this off at the beginning of the year. We're talking about elevating our lives, right?
So it's not just married couple. We want to get this out to all couples, to anyone who is thinking about having a relationship. Because if you started right, then hopefully you will
You
continue
can
into
have it
marriage.
right.
That's right. And you don't have to be asking the questions, how do you get it? So, which brings me to this message. But we'll get back into tonight's show with our special guest
Mm-hmm.
right after these messages.
So, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. No, no, no. Go ahead.
So, like I said, it's good to be back.
It is.
One, we got a special guest.
That's right.
Special. If it's two, is it more than one guest?
Special guest.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
So, are you
you're
gonna
really,
say? I
you're
don't
really
know.
chomping at the bit to talk tonight, aren't
I
you?
don't know. What?
Yeah.
What? Go
Go ahead.
ahead.
No, I'll let you go.
All
Ladies
right.
first.
So I was just gonna say, before we bring our guest in, that we were at Jason and I work out
Mm-hmm.
usually 7 days a week, and less when we have other things to do. But we used to be the evening people, so we knew everyone in the gym that was the evening people. And so now we switched to the morning, so we get there about 6 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning. And so we're now in the process of getting to know all of the morning people, and so people see us all the time, and they don't know if we're married because most of the time people say, "Well,
We don't
I'm not."
act married.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't act married, and then when people find out how long we've been married, they just can't believe it. But my point in this is that, so the past couple of days, I've met a few young ladies in the locker room, and they've asked me, are you guys married? And I would say yes, and they go, well, what is the secret? How do you guys do it? Like, wow, if I could get my mate to come to the gym with me, if I could get my mate, you're like, health is important. If I could get them to do anything with me, like that would be amazing. And we've said before in previous episodes where guys have come up to Jason and asked him, like, how do you get your wife to come with you? And we were talking and laughing, like, it's so funny how people are asking us, like, how do you get your wife? How do you get your husband? And what is the secret? So I just want to put the secret out there. The secret is this show, right? So
That's the secret.
that's
I
the
knew
secret.
it. I knew we
So
had the
it's
answer.
this show and making sure that you're tuning in to the information. If you want to be rich, you go and you don't do one thing. So
That's
there
right.
is no secret. There's no one thing. But we're here to bring you the information on how to make things possible, how to create the relationship you want, how to sustain the relationship you want, and how to
Mhm.
have a healthy, happy, and really a really joyous type of marriage because it doesn't have to be doldrum. And so that leads us into bringing our guests because they are the epitome of that, right? So
Yes.
we have had they are no stranger
Nope.
to love and beyond the I do and legendary relationship, right? So now they are family, right, Jason?
Oh, for sure.
They are they
100%.
they are brother and
Brother
sister,
and sister for sure.
brother and sister in the business. So
Yes, yes,
um as a matter of fact, they even put us in their book. Like,
yes.
how awesome does that get?
Yeah, that's a blessing, right?
All right. Yep.
Yeah.
So go ahead and introduce our guest.
All right, so we have Christina and
Yeah, you did it. Yep. Yeah,
Christina and Edward Sledge. Welcome from Sledge House Media.
that's right. So he usually says the man first, but he said the woman first.
I
And so
did. I
funny.
love it.
Oh,
I
ladies
mean,
first.
That's
that
right.
is
That's right.
ladies first.
And it's so funny whenever we get something, either when someone is talking to us or in the mail and it says Tina first, he's like, a woman wrote
Wrote
this.
this. Right.
But welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome
Thank
How you
back.
doing?
you. Thank you for
Thank you.
having us
Thank you for having
back. Like
us.
you said, we're like family
That's
Yes.
now.
right. You are family. And we don't take that lightly. Like we know a lot of people and very few do we call family.
Yep.
So you guys are
Oh,
family
thank
now.
you. Thank
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank
you.
you.
Yes.
Likewise.
So we are here to talk about a lot of things. But first, let's get into tell the people a little bit about yourself.
So we are Eddie and Christina Sledge. We are a married couple. We've been married, 23
23 years.
years now. We've known each other for 30 years.
All
Mm-hmm.
right.
It'll be actually,
You'll be
yeah.
31
Yeah,
in
it'll be
October.
31 in October. And we decided to create a media company together. Our company called Sledge House Media. It started with one book, and now we have multiple books, films, audiobooks, you name it. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that's who we are in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
Thank
so
you.
that segue was to let people know, right? Because people always ask, how do you get your mate to do something, right? Most of the time, we get into a marriage and we lead separate lives, right? So you guys are demonstrating what it means to for teamwork, not only for the marriage but in business. So tell
Mm-hmm.
us a little bit about how that has been, and then lead us up into your up and coming wonderful film that is out.
Thank you. Yeah, you want to go? Hey,
Yeah.
I'm in this relationship. I'm just the writer, so she goes first.
All right.
I'll start it
She'll start
off
it off, and I'll
and then
finish it.
he'll
Yeah.
finish it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think for us, one of the things when we wrote the book, the memoir, he actually had to kind of
Yeah.
not
Exactly.
make
Yeah.
me, but kind of convince me
Mm-hmm.
that we should write a book about our marriage, about our lives, about our love story. And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't convinced at first.
Yeah.
I
And
was
so
like,
what?
So this is this is no company. This is just we
this
just
is
No,
wrote
me.
it on.
this is just the
Right.
This
first
is just
book.
Eddie's idea. Eddie's idea.
Well,
Yep.
I wrote my own memoir after being in grad school, and I can't, like I said, I can't write it without her putting her in it because I knew her since she was 14 years old. We was dating,
Right.
so she had. If she's missing out the book, then I got an incomplete story even in my life. Um, so I needed her on board with it.
And so why
Yeah.
were you hesitant? What were your thoughts about it when he said that? Let's write a memoir.
Well, prior to us starting the company, we weren't even on social media. So we were like so private,
Mm-hmm.
like we were just one of those, I don't want to put my business in the street,
Yeah.
Exactly.
type
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
type of
Right.
people. And so that was like, whoa,
Me
scary,
too. Yeah, we was that kind
Yeah.
of people. Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was scary because I'm like, wow, I don't know if I want to share this much information,
Right. Right.
with
Mm-hmm.
strangers that don't know me.
And then people are judging us, right? All
Yeah.
those things.
Right. Yep. And so, what opened my eyes to the fact that this could be helpful for other couples was just, when we put the stories together, because it comes from two points of view, his memoir and then my memoir, and you see it kind of back and forth, are both of our points of view on the same time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see it from both our perspectives.
Right.
And I think that was kind of unique. And I thought it would be helpful for couples because sometimes each person has a different way of looking at the situation,
Mhm.
Exactly.
and so it was overwhelmingly received well. And I was blown away. I was like, wow, people really love this. So,
Mhm.
um,
We actually
yeah,
went out. We actually was taken out yesterday by
a
a
realtor,
realtor that we know,
yeah.
and she bought the book a long time ago. We ain't seen her in years, and she talked about Big Eddie, my father, in the book that I talked
Uh-huh.
about, and it takes you back because it's like, wow, like how you know my father? And I was like, oh, you got the book, and
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
and he's like, wow, I wrote a book. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
So,
funny because
yeah.
once you let them in, they're in, and you're like, well, how do you know this part of me?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's cool though because that's what I wanted. I wanted people to understand how we were and where we came from and the history of it. So
Yeah.
I always received that. I was always 100% going like, let's go.
Yeah.
No
And
doubt about it.
I think going back to making me do something, I think it was more just, I think in anything in our marriage, when we have a big decision to make together, or separately, and we need to, ultimately it does impact us, even if it's a separate individual decision.
Mhm.
I think it's just a matter of having a conversation, and it's really not, I'm making you do something per se,
Right.
but it's just like we see the benefits and we see how it could be helpful to us and our marriage and our family. And so I think that's how we approach anything as a team. Like you said,
Yeah.
Tina, Mary, I think it's more about being a team, and that's how we approach everything.
And so that was the whole point. Like in understanding when it comes to marriage in the beginning, when you guys are in the beginning stages, right? Because now your marriage takes on a whole new different perspective, a whole new different dynamics. And you can get the clashing of, no, let's do this, let's do this. And it's hard to separate business from your relationship. So how do you guys, what are the suggestions for couples that are starting this, right, starting down this road, or may want to go down this road together, to help them to understand that you can be a team, that it is possible?
Well, first you got to know who you're married to, or who's your mate. If you don't understand the person that you're with every day, then that's no one problem. If you know your mate is not built for this or don't want to really do this, and no matter what, they're not going to do it, then you got to take a different approach on it. But you have to know who you're dealing with first.
And I think for us, it's about, as Eddie mentioned, just kind of knowing each other. For us, it was also learning about our strengths and our weaknesses, and where he may not be strong, I'm strong in that area, or vice versa. So we kind of had to be patient with each other. I would definitely give that advice to couples who may be going to a new venture or business together. Just be very patient, because it's a process.
Yeah.
It really is a process. And for us, I tell people this all the time. It was really Eddie's idea. I don't know if a Venn diagram, it's like those two circles
Right.
where they intersect. And
Mm-hmm.
so Eddie's idea was, let's draw a Venn diagram where one represents me, one represents him, and what we do in the business, and where different duties lie and fall under each one of us. And then the pieces in the middle are where we do these things together. And so I think that was helpful, because otherwise in the beginning we were butting heads because because we never worked together before. We never.
And it made even with the butting heads, it's okay. Well, I thought you were going to do this. No, you should do this, or we know that it needs to get done, but no specific person is assigned to it. So when does it get done?
Is it a lot of assuming going on? Like,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Now with the diagram we wrote up, now we know exactly what's my part, her part. I don't get in a lane, she'll get in my lane. And when it's time to do stuff like this, that's where, podcasts and interviews, then that's where that middle part of us both come together and be like, okay, we know what we have to do. And that definitely helped. Because before we was throwing chairs at each other and ripping up scripts and yelling and screaming.
I can imagine, because like you said, Eddie, you're the writer, right? And now you have to take it to your wife/business partner to critique and say, yes, this is going to go, or we're going to leave this on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
Right.
So and it's personality getting there, right?
Exactly.
So you're
Yep.
taking it
My heart
personal.
sweating here, and you're saying no.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep.
And we had to learn that too, where I had to respect his art, and then he had to respect my business hat on, and understanding that when I'm giving this feedback, it's from a business perspective and what we have to do, related to that. And then I think that's when we started having this respect for each other's work, where we had respect for each other in our marriage. But then when it came into the work realm, that was something totally new that we never did before.
And
so
it's crazy because we both see television or movies or whatever we see it differently, right?
Right.
She's 100% Hallmark. Everything gotta be nice and just great, right?
There you go,
right. So she's on that spectrum, right? But I love murder. I love someone gotta get stabbed, someone gotta get shot, someone gotta be in this twilight zone kind of feel.
Wait, let's make it wholesome. Let's get wholesome. Everybody
right.
So the hardest book I had to write is when she wanted me to write a rom-com, and it came out perfectly. But to understand how to write it without murders or cursing or killing someone or something like that, that was the hardest book.
Or no sex.
Or no sex scenes, anything like that. I'm like, damn, well, how we do this?
Hallmark, yeah.
Yeah, so that book came out excellent. So, but it's crazy because we it's not like we on the same page of what I want to write. But when I write something that's not like rom-com or like something like Hallmark, I need her to see the bigger picture of what I'm doing, what I'm laying down. So I have to talk to her. At first, she was like, no, I'm not digging this, because she didn't have that insight to be like, this is not Hallmarkish. Yeah. Right. She didn't see that vision that I see, because that's the only thing I can see. And then once we started doing that, and I started explaining to her, like, you got to see it from my eyes and what I want to put out, that made it very helpful for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
So did that help your writing, being able to write it from maybe Christina's point of view, or what she's accustomed to, or what she's attracted to?
It helped, but see, she does again. This is crazy. We work so perfectly well together because we balance each other out, but we have two different views, right? So her view is always outline. She's a planner, so she got to give me an outline. I cannot write a book with an outline. I just wake up, write a book. I got into the forest when it's dark, right? Pitch black block, and I'm just running to trees. Boom. I'm running to a branch. Boom. I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to make my way through this forest, and I can't see, but that's how I write. She got to have an outline. Well, I need this and then that, and that got to be, and I can't work like that. But I did for this book. But it's rough.
And that's what it's about, right? Marriage is meant to stretch us, to take us into new areas, right? And so and that's so grand, because like I told Jason, when we want to talk about the area of marriage, most people just think it's one dimensional. Like, there's so many aspects that couples can get into where they're joined together. Right. So besides the Venn diagram, and what were some other areas? Like, so if you're working all the time and you're tired, how do you
have some me time?
Yeah,
I mean,
just the
come back
time.
home and just have, like, look,
couples time.
Yeah, we have that.
Family time, or just where I don't want to see you, just some me time where I need to kind of unwind without you talking about the business every 5 minutes, or us talking about what we're going to do next. So just give some insight into that, so that couples understand, it's okay to kind of have some personal time and then come back and do this.
Oh yeah, I think definitely balance is important. I was just telling, I think, my parents this past weekend that how, we're on vacation this week, right? But I said this, I know we're gonna still work somehow. Like, this is still gonna happen. And I think it's because we were just telling someone else too, that it doesn't feel like work, and I think that's part of
the beauty of it.
Yeah. But what we definitely do is we do take our own time, right? So Eddie's his like release time is he likes to play like his video games, and that's like his time where he could just kind of relax and just let his hair down, just kind of get into that mood where he's just it's only about him, in that moment. And then for me, it's usually either the spa. Like, the spa is like my place. I love that.
Or you know what? We go each other. We want to watch movies, and we're like, okay, you watch that yourself then. Like today, she went to see Barbie.
I went to see Barbie.
And I went to see Oppenheimer. And there's no beef. Like, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, but see, from day one, we always had this relationship where, if I go your way, you go my way. It's never that long, and it's never you trying to escape me. It was always, okay, I understand you doing you. Because like a lot of things, I don't, I could watch one Hallmark movie and I'm like, I'm done. Like,
you done for the year?
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. And then she could watch something of me and be like, I can't watch it. It's horrible. So, if we can't do it together, it's fine. But we also find stuff to do together. Like, so it's not working. We're not working 24/7. But when we work, we go at it.
Right.
We go at it, and we both understand what we're doing.
Yeah, but we definitely give each other that time, and we know we just. I don't know if it's unspoken.
Yeah, it's unspoken.
Yeah, I think it's unspoken. We just know he's like, okay, I'm gonna go play PlayStation right now. I'm like, okay, I know that means he needs his time. And then I'm like, okay, well, now I get to watch this movie I wanted to watch, you know. So
but even that
we look forward to that individual time alone.
But even when we both doing that apart, we know automatically I'm thinking about the next scene in my book, and she's thinking about something that she see, because we have this producer and writer stuff going on now, that when we see film or anything like that, or we just thinking about new stuff, it's like it slows down, but it's not dead for that time. It's just something always clicking in there.
Yeah.
Which brings me to this next. So last time we guys had you on, excuse me. So last time we had you on, you had just finished your third book. Was it your third book?
I think
What
so.
was it now?
Andre.
Yeah, I think it was.
finished
Yeah.
Andre.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you had just finished your third book. It had just
Wow.
came out. We were talking about it. Right. Wow. How
Wow.
And so now,
Like third book. Wow.
you guys have did what? Starred, produced. What has happened in between then and now, and then go into the film. Let's talk about this film.
Let me put this up there, because when we first met you all, I think you had the story of Christina and I think maybe your marriage memoirs or something like that.
Yeah.
They had the first the second book. What is it?
Andre's Confessions.
No, the first one was
Collisions.
Ricardo.
Collisions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now look, I mean, let's look at this. I mean, and that's not all of the things that they have.
No.
You don't have up there her
Entertainment.
holiday entertainment, right?
Right.
Serving, right? Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
She has two of those, one for Christmas, one for just the regular date night.
Yeah. And so, yes, so to answer your question, after that third book, we went into we had this book, which is Engaged on Christmas Eve. So this is the rom-com that Eddie was talking about, that we had to collaborate on together.
Yeah.
Where right. This is the
Hallmarky
book.
And so when she had you write that, in her mind, she was like, this is going to be on Hallmark one day. So there's no
right.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know what? When I, she gave me an outline, I'm like, okay. And I try to follow the outline, right? Like time frame where we want it. But then when I finished it, I'm like, here you go. And she's like, oh man, she read it and she just kissed me like, this is beautiful. This is wonderful. This is the greatest thing I ever thought. I'm like, thank you. I know.
Yeah, I didn't think he could do it. But the cool thing about this book is it's loosely based on our true story of our engagement. So how we actually were engaged on Christmas Eve, and you'll see some of the similarities with the characters, the two main characters. And so it's a really good read, and it's Christmas in July right now. So it's a good read for now. And the audiobook actually is coming out this week, coming up. So that's another cool thing that we have for that.
So you went after that third book and you said, let's do what? Let's make our first book it would, because the movie is called what?
Joined by Fate.
Joined by Fate.
Yes.
Is it based on your marriage?
Yes.
It's documentary.
It's a documentary.
Okay. All right. And so it's basically like the memoir, right? Christina and I.
Yes.
It's like your book. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what transpired? You was like, let's do a movie. Let's turn this into a small film, or what?
Yeah. So one thing, when we wrote all of our books, we knew we would turn them into screenplays in some fashion. So it'll be either on TV, streaming, or some sort of film. So I completed a film and TV production program at NYU. And so a part of that program was we needed to produce a short film. And so the best material was what we already had, right? So we turned our memoir into a documentary screenplay. And I was able to then make it into this documentary short, which is about 30 minutes or so.
30 minutes,
and it really if you read the book, it's like a condensed version of the book for anyone who, maybe you didn't have time to read the book, or, your medium is watching a film instead. It's just like the book. So it really takes folks down, again, 2 points of view in our lives and our relationship and how we got together. So
we had a movie poster and everything like that. So, she tells her story, I tell my story, up to when we first got married, up to that point. And we have old photos in it, family photos, stuff like that.
Yeah, and
Wonderful.
I think it's really so it's a documentary about us, but then at the same time it's really a good way to understand how we were joined by fate, and that's really the message of the movie, and how we had all these missed opportunities to meet each other, and,
Right.
and same way in the book, right? But you really see that come through in the film.
Mhm.
All right. And so now let's talk about. So you told us that you took New York by storm. So tell us about
Well,
your
before we
premiere.
get into that,
Mhm.
Sandra, I got your message. Just let me know if my sound and everything is coming on. She said the guest was coming through extremely loud, so I just adjusted their sound. That's all.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Oh,
So
thank you.
we know we were having some issues last week. So, guys, if you are tuning in, please let us know if the sound is coming across good, if we are low or too loud, and if the guest, if everything sounds good, please give us a thumbs up. All right. And in the process, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, but give us a thumbs up just to let us know. As usual, interact with us. If you guys have any questions for our guests, please feel free to write it in. If you want us to give you a shout out, make sure that you make it known by giving us a like or writing something in the comments. So, again, this is an interaction like we have every Friday. And even though it looks like we're doing an interview, we're just catching up
We
with family.
we just catching up with family.
That's right. They are
Yeah.
doing some amazing things, and we want the world to know. So, if you are watching either now or later, please feel free to ask questions. If you want to know something about their relationship, their marriage, their movie, the business, arguing, how did they get through it, whatever you guys want to know, feel free to ask, and it's up to them to answer. All right. So,
Lava the Poor said captions help. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they do. Right. Yeah. If you have your captions on, you can read what we're saying. That is correct.
all right.
Hmm.
So let's hear about the movie, the
Yes.
premieres,
Yes.
and taking New York by storm.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so what we the film, when we produced it, initially it was just supposed to go straight to streaming platforms, right? Like your Netflix, your
Amazon,
Amazon, stuff
Hulu.
like
Yeah.
that, Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
But then we had this opportunity to take it through the film festival circuit. And so we decided to do that first. And so most rules of most film festivals are you can't go to streaming if you're going to go through the circuit, because
Yeah.
they want to
Okay.
premiere, they want you to premiere at the film festival first.
Mhm.
And so right now we're almost at the end of a year of our film festival run. We should be done at the end of September. We started last August. And it's been well received.
3 awards.
We've
Best
received
documentary.
Wonderful.
yeah
Yeah.
3 best documentary short film
Seven
awards.
seven
Yeah.
official selections.
Official selections.
Couple of
Yep.
finalists.
Yep. Couple
Semi-finalists. Yeah.
finalists. And so we premiered at the Light Reel Film Festival in DC. So that was our first in-person film festival. And then we had a private screening in Annapolis, Maryland, and that was pretty cool. It was at Landmark Theaters in Annapolis. So
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, so it was pretty surreal. We had red carpet,
Mhm.
everything. Yeah.
Everything was perfect.
Yeah.
Everything was fine that day. The movie came on time. People gave a standing ovation when it was over. They cried. So people came up and said they cried. I'm like, man, I know you for like 35 years. What you crying for? Um, People came
Wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
cried. It was good.
So
Great.
then,
Wait a
so
minute, hold up.
to
There's one
oh
thing missing though, guys.
yes.
One thing. I don't remember getting an invite.
Okay, that's
Well, okay.
But we're gonna
Oh.
So,
say that to the
right,
end.
right.
all
We're
right,
gonna say
but
that to
okay,
the end.
okay. But we tell you what. Next time we have something, we invited you.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right. So go ahead, Christine. What you were saying?
Yeah. So we to kind of commemorate and celebrate this achievement of having our film premiere and going through the film festival run and everything, we said, well, you know what, we're going to take over Times Square. And so we were very fortunate to have our promo for the movie, for
Mhm.
our
Our books.
company, for
Yep.
all of our books, on 3 huge screens in Times Square
Mhm.
last Saturday.
So
And
we weren't actually able to get the pictures. Are you guys able to pull them up on your screen so that we can see them? Is there any way for you to do that or no?
I might be able to.
Okay.
Yeah, I might
Let's
be
see if we
able
can
to.
see some I mean,
I don't know.
because
Can
they
they
were
share?
some
Let me
so
see if they can
amazing.
share. You know what? They are, and let me see if I can. Let me see if I can cue that. Well, I don't have 2 screens on. That's why.
Let me
Um,
see.
So, all right, Eddie. So you can. So, what
Mhm.
was it like
Hold on one
being?
second.
Okay,
Uh,
Christina or me?
oh no, that's Sandra. Sandra said congratulations.
All
Oh,
right.
thank
Thank you.
you. Thank you.
So we are promoting and letting people know that marriages are succeeding.
Right.
Marriages are working if we work them,
Yep.
right? So we have to get rid of the stigma that it's all about doldrum, negativity, hatred, and all the other things that come along when people say, okay, after you get married, it's the ball and chain. No, actually, it's the sky is the limit when you partner up and team up with your mate. And you do
Yeah.
what the
Hmm.
purpose of marriage is supposed to be. You build on each other instead of tearing each other down. All right. So
Yeah, I think I have it. Let's see.
let's see. Can we share it?
Let me.
Let's
Oh
see.
yeah, you do. Let me add this to this. Let me do. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Okay. Take this off.
So stay tuned, guys. We are actually going to see they were in New York and they were at Times Square and they had three. You said you were able to take over three of the large screens, right? Look
There
at
we go.
that
Yes.
That.
there.
Yes. So that's
Wow.
that, and it may not look as huge, but I'm telling you, it's huge
It,
because
it was.
that
It
was
was.
it's the camera angle,
And
Yeah.
right?
look
It's
look at the
looking up at
buildings
us.
behind them, guys. Look
Yes.
how
Yeah.
big,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep. It's huge. This is
Right.
this screen right here is 120 feet.
So you can go to
Um.
the are you able to do
Yeah.
that,
Yep.
Jason? All
No,
right,
that's
look at that.
Yep. So that's us just like in
I
awe
I got a
of.
question.
Hmm.
What
Yes.
does that feel like? Can you when you're pointing to that and you see
Wow.
your logo? Because remember, one time
Yeah.
in what 2021, it was just a dream, right? It was just a
Yes.
maybe we do this, maybe we don't.
Yeah.
Then now you're in Times Square. Can you
Yeah.
describe what that feels like?
Oh my goodness.
It, it was. It was. It was. It was. It was freaking amazing. Because we
Eddie,
we
I'm not
from
gonna
New
tell you how
York,
many times you said it was
and
it was
because we from New York, we from Brooklyn, and we went down there like once, twice, and you like, oh man, like this is like you go down and you like, okay, you see things on there, and you like, wow, that's amazing. But then when you see the whole screen cover your logo, cover the whole screen, and cover your cast and crew, and cover, we did
Thank
every
goodness,
book
Jason.
for we did every book on there. Had their own moments. It is like, and we had family friends down there too, and it was
Wow.
like, wow. And that we took that picture, cast picture. That's what we always wanted too. And you never know where a picture gonna go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that we made sure that picture go a long way. So
Yeah, it was pretty surreal. I mean, we had people stopping and like, what's going on over here?
yeah.
Because we had like all our family, our friends were there, and we were just all just like celebrating,
Yeah.
and it just felt surreal. It was just like, wow, I can't believe it's one thing to talk about it, but when you're actually standing right there and you're in this very iconic Times Square,
It was packed,
um,
hot. Yep.
it just felt like, wow, we did this.
Yep.
We actually did this.
And so what was the backstory of all the work? Look at that one, guys.
Yeah.
All right, Andre's Confessions. And so that was your first book, right?
Now that was the
Oh,
second one.
The
second.
second one.
Second.
Second
Okay,
one.
after your
Hmm.
after Christina and I. Okay, and look at that
Mhm,
one.
Hmm.
mhm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it was just to see each one come up. That's the first book, second book, Ricardo's Collisions.
Hmm.
And just to see each one come up, it was just like, wow, this is
This the
just
cast.
surreal.
That's like up top. You see it.
Yeah, that's our cast
So
and
that's the second screen was on too.
cast
Yeah.
and crew. Yeah,
Hmm.
of our film
How
Drawn
many
by
screens
Fate.
were you on over there?
Three.
Three.
Yeah, I'm gonna get. Yeah, so this is one of the smaller ones. Smaller. It's 55 feet.
Yeah.
Wow.
55 feet, and
Wow.
this one is
Amazing.
120 feet, and then that one actually, and that's like the whole crew, everyone that showed
Family,
up,
friends. Yeah.
family and friends, and then we had another one. I don't have it on this screen,
Wow.
but there was another one. It goes around the corner, so it was on
Yeah.
the other side of the street
Hmm.
on
Oh.
47th Street in Times Square.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
And if you
Yeah.
guys are wondering, Jason and I are mentioned in Ricardo's, right?
It's
It's Andre. I think it's Andre.
It's Andre.
It's Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Andres
That's
the
right. Yo,
Precious.
I wrote.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
You may have forgotten, but we
I-
didn't. They're in the book,
Yeah,
guys.
we walking around like this.
I wrote so many books I forgot.
So when they make the short film or the movie of that one, we're gonna be in it. We're gonna make
Okay.
sure that are
Yes.
playing it.
That's
Yes.
right.
And you
Keep
will
on
come
center,
to the
right?
screen. You will come to the premiere.
Mhm.
That's right. That's right. That's wonderful. So
Yeah.
so tell us about the hard work, the late nights, the dedication, the let's keep doing it. What was that like?
Wow. Are you talking about making the film?
The whole thing that from when you
Hold on one
decided to
second,
make
hold
the
on,
film.
wait.
Oh, we got
We-
some comments.
Yeah, we got
So
some
let's get some comments in.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
thank
huge.
you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Yeah. We
Say happy Friday. Happy
Happy
Friday.
Friday.
Happy
guys.
Friday.
we don't, it's crazy, like, even when we started Sledge House Media, it was one book, right? It's not like we said, okay, we're gonna do like 8 books and then have ideas for
Right.
it. It just started coming, and then once we get the idea and start
keep
doing
going.
it, that's where we focus on that moment. So I don't know, you could explain it best.
They talking about the late nights and just like the work that went into
Yes.
everything.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think for us what was really driving us through all of that is just the end result, like the end product. We always have that at the end on top of mind whenever we're working on any of our projects. And I don't think it, like I said before, it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't. Yeah.
It really doesn't. I think because we just enjoy it so much and we get this fulfillment from actually seeing the completed project. Because like you said,
Right.
it starts from like a concept,
Mhm.
and then we take it to Eddie writing for most of our projects, him writing it, and then us seeing the execution at the end and seeing this finished product.
Mhm.
I think for the film was especially, I don't know, it was just like a whole different process for that. And I think it was because it was our story, so personal. And then to kind of see it on a screen in an actual movie theater, and it wasn't just like this like rinky dink kind of little theater. It
No,
was
it
a
was-
Landmark Theater, which is a
Yeah.
major chain. And to
Mhm.
have it in the same theater as like big blockbusters like Transformers, Spider-Man, The Little Mermaid.
Mhm.
I think that just drove it home, and our film's name was on the marquee.
Yeah, it's on the marquee.
It was just
Yeah.
like, wow, this
Yeah.
is
But-
a
but-
big deal.
but
And
you
I
know
think
what?
that's when all the hard work paid off, and you
Yeah.
said, wow, this is why we did
I
this.
think because we live by a model, why not us? So
Right.
we're not the first ones that do it, and we won't be the last one to do it. So someone set the pace, someone set it up to a way that we can follow or see or be inspired by them, and that's our goal.
Right.
Our goal is to be like, look, we want to inspire you. If this inspires you to go on and follow us and do other stuff, that's great. You know what I'm saying? Because why not us?
Yeah.
Someone else is doing it, and this is what we want to do. Why not us? And that's what we live by. And so we don't see it as hard. We don't see it as like trouble or anything like that. We just like go. I give her an idea. She runs with it. Let's go.
Yeah, I think
Let's
it
go.
just drives us to see the end result and the end product, and to have like 2 years worth of work now. We finished 8 books, and then we actually have 2 short films. And then we have 4 audiobooks, one a
Audiobooks,
fifth one next week. I think people are so surprised by the sheer volume of what we've been able to complete in 2 years.
Right.
Right.
I think it blows us away too. But it just feels good. I don't know. It's like potato chips. It's like you can't have just one. We just need to
Just
keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Like I said, our goal is to make sure we get our all book stuff like screenplay. So we went to get to the other side, and then we want EGOTs. We want it all.
There you go. You might as well.
That's right. No sense of stopping or slowing down.
Mhm.
All right. So Lava says, sounds like a field trip to a movie screening is underway.
Yep.
All right.
I'm with you, Lava. Yeah, we should
Okay.
just take a crew and show up. Yes.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
funny because
we
so-
show up in Chicago.
Yes.
So Lava, she was she's a friend of mine, and she was in town, and we actually put together a field trip to go see the Little Mermaid because I was like, okay, so that sounds
Oh,
like a field trip. We're going to see.
nice.
That's right,
Yeah.
to the movie
Yeah.
theaters again.
That's right.
Love
All right,
it.
what's the next comment? Thanks, Lava, for your comment. Dennis says, awesome, congratulations,
Thank you.
absolutely,
Thank you.
absolutely. Anything else?
No, that's it. And if you have any questions, guys, for them, feel free to drop them in there. Like maybe if you want to ask them what they maybe overcame to get to this point, and
That's right.
how did they work together. If you have any questions, I'm sure that they'd be more than happy to answer them.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to Mia.
Oh,
Mm, all right. Did you put it?
I did, but that won't show. Oh, there
Oh,
we go.
all right.
Yep.
All right. Thanks,
Hello.
Mia,
Hey,
for tuning
Mia.
Hello.
Hi.
in. All right. So, what else is so that was just amazing. And if you guys missed those pictures, oh well.
Yeah, you got to go back and watch the replay.
Rush the
That's right. So
replay.
make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, right? And so tell us about what the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So we have, yes, this is very special.
Hmm.
So if you read our book, The Story of Christine and I, there's actually a real true story in there about Eddie when he was a child, when he was 8 years old. He went to a New York Mets game by himself on the train and subway in New York. Because he just loved baseball that much that he
Hmm.
wanted to see a game. And it was just so touching. And so we just felt like, this will make a great children's book. And so we decided that we were going to write a children's book about it. And so that's going to be coming out soon. But in light of that, it just so happens that we had this opportunity to sponsor a game under the Baltimore Orioles minor league team, which is the Bowie Bay Sox here in
Hmm.
Maryland. And
Okay.
Okay.
so we are sponsoring a game on August 19th here. It's a Saturday in Maryland at the Bowie Bay Sox Stadium. And it's really an opportunity to give back to the community and also an opportunity to, just like Eddie, maybe some boys and girls out there who've
Right.
never been to a baseball game.
There you go.
So we'll be donating tickets to various organizations in our communities so that children and their families can actually just go to a
Go to
baseball
a baseball
game.
game.
Yeah,
Wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful. Congratulations. Always
And
Thank you.
important to give back.
Thank you.
and I'm throwing out the first pitch.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
why
Yeah.
not, right?
Why not? Why not? Right? Why not? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That
amazing.
is
We're gonna have the
amazing.
logo
Congratulations.
on. We're gonna have the
Thank
logo on the
you.
big screen. We're gonna be there interacting with people, and I get throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at that. Look at that. So you go from taking the train by yourself to throwing out the first pitch. Who
Throwing out
knew,
the first
right?
pitch. Who knew?
Who
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what happens when you follow your dreams,
That's
right?
right.
Wow.
They could
Hmm.
be saying, "Well, we were going to start that business, but you know what? No, I don't think no one's interested in what we have to say." No, you go out and you take a chance. And this is for anyone out there listening. You go out there, you
Hmm.
take a chance, and you never know what happened. If you put your heart into it, look what can happen.
Look
And,
what
and
can
it
happen.
also
Yeah.
happens when you have the right person, your right teammate. Like support you and be like, "This is you. This
Exactly.
is because she knows me." So when she heard about it, she didn't have to tell me about it, but she told me. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna make his day." So when she told me, because she knows me, she know that I embrace that. She was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this. You damn right we're gonna do this." So
Okay,
And
that's
there's
right.
so
and there's
yeah,
It ain't no question
and
about
ain't
it.
no
there's
question
some
about
people
it.
who may not know their story, so you might have to go back and listen to the podcast.
Hmm.
And
Right.
usually we have the podcast number, but we don't. And then they were
Mhm.
on the 100th episode
Episode.
with us,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
I
And
think it
so
was 87, if I'm not mistaken. But
80s. Yeah, it
yeah.
might be. It's in the 80s. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, so go and
Hmm.
listen to the podcast, so you know their story. But
We
in
were meant
saying,
to be together. That's the title.
but
We were meant to be together.
yeah, I think that
Hmm.
was
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
But going back to help people understand that it wasn't always peaches and cream, right? Like you
No.
guys had
No.
broke up, and
Yeah.
Eddie was feeling
Hmm.
like he wasn't enough, right?
Yep.
So we have to,
Yep.
and so just. And I bring that up because there's so many couples out there that are going through that process of struggling, right? Do I stay? Do I go? I want to be with this person. I don't want to be with that person. And so, what advice would you give them in just becoming a new person, right? Not listening to the doubts that you have about you can't make it or you're not good enough as a husband or as a woman or whatever, right? So, if I can remember, you guys had what? How much money did you have in your pocket when you got married?
50 cents.
50
50
cents.
cents, 2 quarters.
Yes.
2 quarters. I wore my
That's
class
so
A's from the
awesome.
army, and she wore a high school prom dress.
I wore
Yep.
my prom dress.
And then,
Our wedding was $99.
and it was snowstorm in Philly. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
just
Yep.
overcoming the obstacles of being something different and now just not looking at your past, right? Because most people we hold on to that past that doesn't do us any good. So
Hmm.
what is the
Hmm.
advice in don't let the past shape you, right? Don't
Hmm.
let the past interfere with your future, but just know that it's there and let it be more of a propelling thing. So,
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, we can speak on that. Yeah, and that's really the message in the film too, and Joined by Fate is, we show the dichotomy of our upbringings and how it was rough for
right,
Eddie. And the big thing about that is, like you said, just not letting that define his future, right? Or
Hmm.
exactly.
define what could happen to you in the future. I think for us, we always like to tell couples or just anyone that it may start out rough, and I think
Right.
it's okay if you don't have it all figured out, or you're not a millionaire when you get married.
Hmm.
It's okay to have grace with each other, understand that it's a growth. You're going to be growing
Hmm.
throughout this entire marriage, right? And I
Yep.
think a lot of times people focus on just the wedding, and that's why I really
Yeah.
always talk about, our wedding was $99,
Hmm. Yep.
because really, I mean, we really just wanted to be together. We just wanted to be married to each other. And we didn't care about not having this big, wedding, this bash or whatever. And I think for us, it's just always about what's most important. And I think that's what we always like to tell couples. Why do you want to be together? What is most important? Is it because you want to have a wedding?
Right.
Is it
Yeah.
Exactly. Is that the
right?
right?
Love and beyond the I do, right? I think
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it's more about um, who is this person and why do I want to be with them? And yes, we may not have everything we want right now, but we know that if we work at it, and I think that's the other thing, just remembering that it is going to be work. You're two different people. You're coming together, even if
Hmm.
you've known each other for years, even if you live together for years. I
Hmm.
think when you get married, it's just something totally different that happens. It's like a shift, and you have to understand that it's going to be not always peaches and cream, right? It's not always going to be happy days. It's going to be some rough days, some ups and downs,
Absolutely.
some
Hmm.
ebbs and flows, and just keep that in mind, but don't give up. And I think that's really the biggest message that we talk about in our film too, is not giving up on each other because it was rough, or it's going to be rough, or that person may be going through a rough time, because we don't always go through things in life at the same times either, right?
Hmm.
Right. Exactly.
And that's the other thing, is just being graceful with each other, and then also supportive. I think neither one of us could have done anything that we've been able to accomplish without the support of each other.
Hmm.
To be quite honest, it's really a give and take. And like Eddie said before, one of us takes the wheel, the other one may take the passenger seat, and we just kind of switch off like that.
Yeah, and you gotta respect the times where, marriage takes courage. It takes bravery.
Hmm.
It takes one to say, "Hey, and grab my hand, let me lead the way," and the other one go, "Okay, now it's my turn."
Yep.
Once you understand your role in anything in life, it
Right.
gets easy. And you got to put your pride aside and be like, "Okay, I'm gonna let this man lead the way, and I'm gonna let this woman lead the way." If there's some hiccups along the way, yeah. If you see them doing something wrong, then you need to stop and say, "Hey, let's correct this." Don't just go there and just follow, and something's wrong, going down the wrong path. You stick together. You got to stick together, but also take courage and bravery to be like, "Look, we need to stop and rethink this and do it over," or something.
Right.
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 But
Right.
you can't look at everybody's marriage and try to put your marriage like that. Like I said before, every marriage is a fingerprint. We all got
Right.
different
Absolutely.
fingerprints. So I can't use what you use in your marriage. Like we're not going to gym 6 a.m. No, I'm not doing that.
We've tried it.
We tried it, but that's not my
it.
marriage. My marriage is
Right.
not about that.
We get so much more done, really.
Hey, that works for you, man. My marriage, I'm not.
We
doing
can't do it together.
No,
See,
we
that's
can't
one of
do
those
that.
things we
We
realized.
tried, and then we
can't do
said
it
we tried
together.
after a week. We was like, that's it. So
So who couldn't get up? Who didn't want to do it? So you don't go to the gym together at all?
No.
we were jogging and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mornings. But then we saw some deers, and we was like, no, we're not doing this anymore. We ran and saw some deers down the block looking like This Is Us, Us, the movie, and we was like, nah. It was like a quiet block, and we saw them. We were like, nah, they're gonna come after us.
So what happened to going to the gym in the morning? What stopped that?
I'm not motivated. I got gym downstairs.
He's not motivated. Like he's just like I'm an early person too. I like to get it done early, get out the way. At least I know like I accomplished that for the day. But that's just not it's just not his thing. And that's one of those things, right? We tried it, right? We tried it and it just doesn't work. That's one of those things we cannot do together. Yeah. And we accept it.
Plus, I got flat feet, so if I do something in the morning and then I go to work after that, my feet gonna hurt. So I'm trying not to stay on my feet that much, and also we respect that. You gotta do your thing, I do my thing. You're not cheating on me. I'm not leaving home. Just do what you have to do.
But we compromise. Like we'll do walks.
Yeah, we do walks. Yeah, if it ain't too hot, because I'm not doing the hot thing.
Yeah.
See, I have requirements. See, Hey, I have requirements now.
So Eddie, who didn't want to buy paper towels in the beginning because he could wipe his hands on his pants, now if it's too hot, I'm not going.
No,
I'm
not.
Yes.
I'm not.
It's amazing how we change, right?
Yes, he said the other day. He said, "I'm happily bougie.
I'm happily bougie now,
and I'm okay with
it." That takes me back to the story about Christina having a bedroom for her toys.
This how this whole started.
Playroom.
This whole book and everything started when I went to grad school. But I keep the notes except on the side. But when she said this big room she had that no other cousin and no one used this for a playroom, we got to do the facts on this, and that's how this whole thing of her story and my story started.
It's funny. Jason and I sort of adopted. So he was close to me or he was holding my hand or something. And he was like, the 3-minute rule. I said, Eddie said it was 10. He was like, no, ours is 3. Right.
I was like, 1, 2. I was like, I'm cutting it down. I'm only giving you 3.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
He's not even giving me a chance to get out.
Right.
Yeah. But it's funny though, like, we so much in love with each other, but we don't kiss every day.
We can't. Well, it's because of 10-second rule.
Yeah, 10-second rule. That's what it is. So
yeah, it's like we're in the kitchen. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm cooking dinner or whatever. It's like, okay, wait a minute, time out. This 10-second rule.
10 seconds rule.
But make sure I'm paying attention.
Yeah, I think when no kids are in the house, we probably won't have that rule anymore.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
And you don't have to kiss every day, right?
No, you don't. Yeah.
And so just letting people know, like, you don't have to kiss every day for the romance to stay alive, right? For just the gratification of being with your mate.
Yeah.
Yes,
absolutely.
agree.
Sometimes the love is so intense that you don't need the kissing, even though kissing helps, right? For those, so, but for people who aren't touching and aren't kissing and don't have that spark, maybe you should start there. So,
there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
We already know, like after 10 seconds, it's going to the next.
Because if you don't take it home, someone else will.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I totally agree.
Yeah, we don't need 10 minutes. We need 10 seconds. Yeah.
Eddie got his rules,
so
but I like him.
Maybe that's why they're family, right? Because he's happily bougie now, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm happily bougie.
Demeanor.
Yeah. You know what's funny? So I was in the gym. Like I said, we're in the gym all the time, and so I was talking with some of the guys in the gym, and it's like, oh man, what did he say? He said, oh man, here go your wife, man. You better go ahead. I said, yeah, let me go, man, because I don't want to have my wife waiting, right? And he goes, oh man, you kind of handbag. I said, no, man, I got a happy home.
Yeah,
that's right.
I ain't got no issues at home.
Yes.
No issues because of you. My wife's ready. I'm out of here.
That's right. There you go.
Like, you can't shame me in the love of my wife.
No, you're not henpecked, right? Exactly.
And it's crazy because them same guys wish they had what you had.
Exactly. Exactly. But they'll
Right.
never mention that,
No,
right?
no.
They'll never mention it.
Yeah.
You know?
So they were ragging us one day. I got dressed in the basement. Tina got dressed upstairs. And we came up. We had on the same colors, right?
So it looked like
Yes.
we had planned to match,
Right.
but we didn't.
So we go to the gym, and of
Just
course,
fate.
so then the
There
guys
you
come
go.
in and they ragging me. Oh man, she dressed him and stuff. I said, well, my wife does dress me, but
Mhm.
not today.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that, right? So then, so they were giving me a hard time. I'm
Oh,
like,
y'all trying to
that's cool.
match. Y'all trying to look
I
alike.
said, my wife has come in and laid clothes out for me to put on. I mean, like this, what I'm wearing, cool. I ain't got to think about it. I jump in my stuff and we're out the door, right?
That's
There
right.
you
So
go.
then after a while, they got through ragging me. And then the guy goes, man, I wish I had somebody that I could dress like.
Aww, see?
Yeah.
See?
See? But I don't budge off of this. This is who we are. I mean,
And you know what? People think that it's just like the first 2 years, right? So they go, oh well,
Exactly.
you just got married, so it's gonna stay like that, and it's just gonna you're not gonna be like this forever. But I'm wearing this red now because of her, and it's been 23 years.
See,
Yep.
that's
So
Yep. He'll say,
and-
what am I wearing today? And I'm
yeah,
like, you're wearing
what do you want me to wear today? And I'm happy with that because I'm not sleeping with them dudes. I'm sleeping with her. So
That's
Yeah.
there
right.
you go.
this
Yeah.
is my
And
home.
you,
So
and you know she gonna have you looking good, right?
yeah, she ain't gonna be look like Bozo the Clown. So yeah.
if you go back, if it was fun fact, if you go back to those Times Square pictures, you can see it on Instagram. The ones I just showed, we both have the same color on. I don't know if
I
you
didn't do
noticed
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just showed up. It's the color,
you go.
but I'm happily married. So and then you want me to break up my marriage that way? You'd be like, hey man, you around me all day now. Go find someone. Man, I had someone
Exactly.
before you told me to break up with them. Yeah.
And I think that's what the biggest thing we talk about going to the gym because a young lady approached us the other day and she was like, wow, you guys inspire me. And I'm like, well, what do you mean we inspire you? She was like, you know what? I just realized, that's what I need. I need a partner to come to the gym with. And then she was like, are you guys married? I was like, yeah. She was like, well, how long you been married? I was like, 32 years. She was like, 32 years.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, you guys look like you're having so much fun. And that's the thing. It's what, and so, what I told her is that however you start the marriage, right? Right. So
Yeah.
we understand each other's strengths and weaknesses, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I'm not trying to make him something different than what he is. But you have to understand when you started out, it's not just about the love, right? It's not just about the attachment. It's like, how can we grow our relationship? How are we going to start it so that when we start it, how is it going to continue that way? We have to be intentional in the relationships that we're building.
Yep.
So
Right.
we've always done things together because that's what we enjoy, right? That's the whole purpose that brought you together. You enjoy doing things together. So
Right.
you don't let that marriage just kind of drift apart where you stop doing things.
Right.
5 years, 10 years, 32 years, it doesn't matter. As long as we are intentional with loving each other, making sure that we enjoy each other's company, right? Getting Eddie and Christina to the gym at 6:00 in the morning so Eddie
Yeah.
can have
Yeah.
fun.
And we used to do that too, but we was like,
When
it's
we come
too
visit,
cold out
when
here.
you guys come visit, we're gonna make sure we're gonna do a 6:00 a.m. gym time, and we're gonna make sure we
Okay.
stream live on social media. So
All
everybody's
right.
at the gym.
All right.
When we do that field trip to the movie
To
theater.
the screen.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
I mean, one day ain't gonna hurt me.
We're gonna be back in Chi-Town soon. We're gonna be
Yeah.
there.
All right.
One day ain't gonna hurt to do
Shout
that.
town and don't tell us that you're here.
No, we're
Oh,
gonna
no,
let you
no,
know.
no. We'll let you know.
Let me tell you, fun fact. We had we did our vow renewal at 15 years, all right? And we never been to Chicago. And so we went to our honeymoon in Chicago. And so it's actually a special place
That's
for
right.
us.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep.
So you
Yep.
guys got to let us know so we can do that special field trip, so we can
Okay.
kind of get all the family and friends together, so we can have them same pictures here in the Chi, like
Nice.
because we're just as good as New York.
All right. Oh, I know it. I love it. I love it. I love the Mink Mall and everything. It's nice.
All right. So end of the day. So what else is coming up? What is in the works that you guys want people to know?
Oh yeah. So we talked about Engaged on Christmas Eve. That's the rom-com, right? But the audiobook comes out next week, and
Okay.
it's actually a perfect time for Christmas in July. So if you do love like rom-coms, you can either listen to it or read it. It's out there on Amazon. It'll be on Audible, Apple Books. And then we also have, I think we kind of mentioned this before, we have this book is Date Night Entertaining with Christina.
Okay.
And this book is for couples. It actually is. It's all about date night planning, date night ideas, things you can do as a couple. And then all of the recipes in the book are for two.
Mm-hmm.
They're for two. And then each cocktail has a mocktail complement. So that way, you know, if some folks don't drink, we got you covered. We got you covered too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
we don't drink.
Yeah.
And in the book, we got a small tip where we, you know, do on date night where commercial break. So every commercial break, we give each other a kiss.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's in the
And
book
make
too.
them follow for those days when you don't kiss every day.
Right.
There you go.
But
Who eats commercials anymore? Who's watching
I
commercials?
know,
Yeah.
right?
But
Yeah, that's true.
before she go forward though, it was a wild moment is when we hear people read our words out on audiobooks.
Yeah.
That is a wild moment.
Yeah.
Because you're reading along with it, and you know we got to be auditions, so we get like tons of auditions, and you know we got to find the right one. We go through them, and but once you find the right one, and then you hear your words on audio, it's like that's when I go, wow, like this is crazy. That's my wow moment. Like I'm like, wow, like this is. I actually wrote this book.
Yeah.
We put it together, and now someone's reading it with the feeling and the suspense and everything in it. That's the wow moment I get. Yeah.
Yep. And then we talked about the children's book, so that'll be coming out towards the fall. So stay tuned for us. Stay tuned with us. Follow Sledge House Media. You'll get to see all the upcoming things we have going on too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell them what your handles are again on social media. So go and follow. Go ahead.
Sledge House Media. So we're at Sledge House Media on Instagram, Facebook. We're on Threads now, Twitter, and then our website is sledgehousemedia.com. So you can find us on there too. Yep.
All right. So does anyone have any questions, any comments, any concerns? Anyone want to say anything? Can you go back and see if anybody wants to?
Yep, I got it.
Okay.
I got you covered.
So again, we just want to say thank you. Shout out to all of our viewers. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you. All right. Thank you guys for
Thank
you tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Dennis. All right.
So this is what is possible, guys.
That's right.
Right? This is what's possible when you work together. Right?
Yes.
So if you feel like that you're interested in someone or you're married and you want to have a wonderful life, it's possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can work together. You can love each other. You can disagree, but still have love
and respect.
And love and respect.
So
that's
all
right.
that is possible. I mean, yeah, like the Sledges said, you're gonna have a difficult time. I mean, we argue sometime.
We do. No,
rarely.
No, we disagree a lot when it comes to work. So.
Yeah.
The majority of our disagreements deal with work.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The creativity, this, that, my vision, her vision, it's just different.
And as you said, Christina, right? I have to remind him, don't take it personal.
And I take it personal.
Yeah.
I take it personal too. Yep.
Yeah. I was just being honest.
I think it's that man thing. It's the ego, because we're looking at the bigger picture, and you guys are thinking that we're just like this is.
It's not the ego; it's the tone that you use.
It could be a mixture of all of it.
So you could tell me the same thing in a different tone. And I'm like, okay, but you tell me a demanding dictatorship tone. Hold up. That don't sound good. But you can say the nice tone, like a Hallmark tone, like, hey, honey, please do this. Or, hey, what the hell? And it's like, oh, you need to do this. And it's like, wait, I'm not your son.
You know, sometimes
you're not my parent.
We got to step into that role.
I understand that.
You know what?
But you know what we have done? We have come back and apologized, and we stopped.
Yeah.
And said, you know what? That didn't come out right. You know, I had said something, I had snapped or something, and then Tina texts me and she's like, you know what? I really don't appreciate you talking to me like that and saying this. And I said, you know what? She's 100% right, and I apologize. You know, my fault.
Yes.
I shouldn't have reacted like that. There was no need for it. Maybe because I was pushed up against the deadline, trying to get something done. And she said something, and you know, you just
it's just different views, right? When he puts so much time and energy in something, and then I'm like, no, I don't like it.
Like what?
Yeah, that happens.
Right.
That happens to yeah. That happens.
And I have to constantly remind him, like, it's not you. It's just that this doesn't work well. Like this is not, that's gonna work. We gotta come in.
Yeah.
So it's the continually understanding that we're different, right? We're different, but if we learn to work together with our strengths and weaknesses, right? Because he knows
Yes.
that, I'm stronger in one area and he's stronger in one area. And so but we also have a marriage, right? So which means that we also have built habits around just being married.
Yep.
And so
Yes.
sometimes that tone, Eddie, right? So sometimes the
Yeah.
tone of marriage comes into the tone of business.
Yeah.
And I have to
Yeah.
be mindful of that.
And the reaction
Agree.
too.
Agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And so we
Absolutely.
constantly talk about like, okay, so what is something that we probably need to improve in before we go further?
Right.
Right?
Yes.
Because, right. And so he's like, yeah, maybe the reactions of how we used to react before.
Yep.
Right.
So when things are going wonderful and well and everything's on cloud nine, you don't hear it. But sometimes when you're down and you like you said, up against deadlines or trying to get things done or
Yeah.
just not agreeing with how you want the end result to be, it can be a little difficult to be hallmarky.
That's true.
See,
That happened today, actually, right before we're getting on here. I'm like, okay, let's make sure we have this and this and this and then he'll stop me.
Right here.
He'll stop me and he'll touch me and he'll just say, okay. And then I'm like, oh, okay.
She jumps off the bridge for everything, and I'm like, this not a jump over the bridge. I never jump over the bridge, right?
See,
this is not a jump over the bridge moment.
But that's what makes it work. Her organization, and then you let's just jump in the boat and go. And then but if you jumped in the boat and go all the time, then you go, where's the oar?
You know what's
Where's this? Where's that? So it works.
Yeah.
It works if we understand how to make it work. That's the whole dynamics of marriage, right?
Right.
How do we get these differences and these different personalities, these different way of doing things, and just kind of understand like how do we get it to work where we're not at each other, but we're for each other, and we're still working through it, right? Everybody's we're still understanding how not to respond with that dictatorship voice.
Yes.
Or him
receive it like that. That's the thing.
Yeah, or receive it like that. Yeah.
Receive it like that. Yeah.
She'll say, "Well, I didn't mean it like that," because immediately, my demeanor changes, and she goes, "I didn't even mean it like that. I was just asking you this."
Right.
I could just make a comment about something, his work or something that deals with work, and he's just immediately hearing it somewhere, and I'm like,
I am.
And I'm like, okay, we deal with people all the time. And in business, we talk to them all the time. Why is it when you talk with me, it's more of a you can't accept?
That's the intellectual property, baby.
And people need to know too. It's okay when you don't have to go out every night. Like we watch TV together. We enjoy it. We sit there and just watch TV, recline, and go to sleep on each other. But that's okay. That's okay in a marriage. It doesn't have to be exciting every day.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be exciting every second. And people think that that's what they that's what they expect. Yeah.
Exactly. And we have coached quite a few couples who one is like that. I want to go out. I want to go out. I want to go out. Right. But they don't have the finances for it, or they don't have a babysitter or something like that. And so it creates havoc in the relationship. But that's when one person, that's the maturity level of when you're getting to another phase in your relationship where you're understanding that you don't have to go out. I can't even say. So it's funny because Jason and I said, Jason, when was the last time you took me out on date night? And he's like, I don't know. And so one night he's like, let's go get ice cream. And so we're coming back from getting ice cream. And I'm like, is this a date night or is this ice cream? He's like, oh, baby, you worth more than that. This is just ice cream. I was like, okay. All right.
Okay.
So even though we're together all the time, we haven't really been on a date night. So we'll go and get something to eat, or we'll go get ice cream, or we'll go work out. We're always together. So we have to make sure that we know it's date night. So, just like this past weekend, we invited a couple over. We just chilled and cooked, we grilled, and we watched movies, and we talked, and we sat out on the patio. So it's just, you don't always have to do something or go somewhere.
Yeah.
Jason and I spend a lot of time inside.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, us too.
We too. Yeah.
Us too. Yeah, we do a lot. I think we actually wrote a lit, kind of following our book, Date Night Entertainment. If you need some ideas, But no, we actually made a list the other day following the
Mhm.
guide and the book, and just of things that we've never done before as a couple, and and it doesn't always have to be a date night. You know, it
Mhm.
could be a day, a date in the day.
Mhm.
um and when we talk about that in the book too. So I mean, you could get creative with it. And I think for us that was the other thing, is like we work so much, we were always together, that we don't want to forget about having those date nights, or date days. And so for us, it's still, even 23 years in the marriage, we still realize we do need that time too, and so
Mhm.
that's something we said for the summer. We've already kind of planned it out, like every other Friday we're going to make sure we have a date night or a date day. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think when Jason and I, because we travel a lot,
Mhm.
so it's just like we're together, and that just like
We're
that's just
always
work.
together. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we
So
could just say any day is a date
date night,
night.
right?
Really.
Right.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
feel like he cheats me though, right? Date night should be special. Like
When
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
I say when you're with me and we're together, it's special.
no, no. So you should have to plan it. You should,
Mhm.
right,
Right.
right.
I'm
Yeah.
a big planner.
All
I'm a
right.
very
Let me tell
organized
you.
guy.
Okay, Jason, you need to get my book. Okay.
Okay.
Because
I'm
that
gonna get
I
that.
tell you what to do in there.
Yeah, she actually does, man. Like if you can't do it, she even tell you if you're not inside, what to do when you outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
You
yeah.
okay.
want to start? You want to do the comments? Let's
Yeah,
run through
okay.
the comments.
Oh,
All right,
Nancy. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
all right. Let's go down. That one. All right. All right, Sandra. Thanks
Keep
for chiming
going.
in. Keep hope alive. There you go. Keep hope
Mhm.
alive.
So, Sandra, there is hope.
There you go.
As you can see, this
So
we
so I'm gonna ask Eddie and Christine. I'm gonna so let's just say Eddie has this bad habit that you don't like. And you
Hmm.
want so how do we get over that? How do we get over wanting our mate to change? What is your take on that, right? When we look at something, or
Yeah.
either Eddie, Christina has a bad
Trying to
habit
think.
that you've told her about that she
Yeah.
just won't change. How do you work inside the realm of wanting your mate to change this particular just change?
I think for us, everything starts with a conversation. I think it's always, especially if it's something difficult like that where they may not receive it well.
Right.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's for us. It's always a conversation. Like, I don't like when you leave your socks on the floor or something like that. He doesn't do that, but just an example.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think for us it always started with a conversation, and that was usually earlier in the marriage. We don't really have too much of that
I think you
now,
have to
but
when you
yeah,
bring it up, you have to be gentle or tender while bringing it up, right?
Right.
yeah,
You just can't be like, and pick up your dirty socks or your dirty underwear, or dirty panties on the floor, right? You disgust me, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Once you know who you're dealing with, then you know how to approach it. Like, hey, I was walking out there and I slipped on some panties. Like, what? I can't die. I don't have that much life insurance. And then they'll get the hint like, then next time I'll say it again. Hey, I almost died again with these damn panties. Stuff like that. So you have
Yeah,
to
and
work it
that's
in
which that
gentle.
which that really didn't happen.
This
By
isn't
the
what
way.
happened, but I'm just giving an
Right.
example. Like,
right.
Right.
We know. We
I
know.
can't tell you all the things. I can't tell you all the marriage secrets. What we do.
But
Right.
that's a good point,
Well,
right?
that is.
Having humor in it
Right.
Yeah.
instead of having
Yes,
humor in it, right?
yes,
And
yeah.
I guess
That's exactly how we approach it.
Hmm.
Well, and
Yeah.
also it'll help you because it's your outlook, right? So if it did happen, if something happened, like we used to have an issue with a plate, right?
Hmm.
So if you change the way you interact with it, it doesn't become a problem between you two, right? It's like, oh man, I
Mm,
forgot the plate. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just a bad habit that I formed. I need to
right,
undo this habit, and habits are there for a reason. So you have to do some
right.
reprogramming to undo it. So like you
Hmm.
say, you can
Hmm.
make light of it, and then after a while they go, oh, let me move this box because when I come in and I get a delivery, I leave the box right here by the front door. He comes in, he'll trip over it.
Hmm.
So let me be
Yes.
mindful. Let me move this box because I don't want him to trip and fall.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's many different ways to look at it. So
Hmm.
Sandra,
I didn't want to
that
stop. So let's go
Sandra,
to
that's
other
for you.
comments. Right. What
Hmm.
was one
So
above that?
yeah, I
Okay.
know that's
All right.
Sandra
All
for
right.
you.
Okay. So what was that one? Dennis said, "I'm not going to comment." What is the one?
Sorta.
Sorta.
Yeah,
LOL.
yeah. Dennis
Well,
helps a
Dennis,
lot.
hey, Dennis, ask some questions. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh, she thought going
Eddie,
for
Eddie
ice.
is a military man, so
Yeah.
maybe he can help you with some of those things. I thought going for ice cream was a date.
Sandra,
No,
it's date like.
right,
Okay.
Date
right.
like.
It's date like.
It's daylight, exactly. Yeah,
So,
yeah,
so why
it's
is
daylight.
date like? Because
Mm.
I don't want to go for ice cream.
But it was.
But see, this
But see, I'm
Uh-oh,
with.
this is
uh-oh,
this is the confusing part, right?
uh-oh.
You tell us to surprise you and make plans. So you ain't go to ice cream for 3 years. Now we go to ice cream. It's like, oh, this is not what I want. But look, like just give me I give her gift cards because it's like, look, you tell me surprise you. I surprise you, and it's like this is not what I want. Or I would have got something different. They tell me what you want. Then it's not a surprise. I don't mind buying you what you want, but it can't be both.
So this is-
watch us.
so-
We want you to watch us.
Thank
I
you.
do.
Thank you. Thank
I do.
So listen,
You guys
listen.
You
So
guys
this-
don't want to think that far or act that far. Like you don't. It's too much. It's too
We
much.
do.
You know what? I'm gonna get something simple, and because if I get her something, she's not gonna like it, and I
Yep.
don't want her to not like it. So I'm just.
Been there and done that.
But go ahead, Christina, what were
Mhm.
you saying?
Yeah, that's a sore subject for us. If you want to bring up like one of the things that's like a sticking point for us all the time is gifts, because my love language I think does have something to do with receiving gifts. I think so. But for him, it's not his love language, right? So his is definitely affection. I think we talked about that in last episode. But he's not good at giving gifts. He's just not good at it. He's not. So wait. So this is always a source of it's the date night ideas because I'm usually the one thinking of
because I pick somewhere you like. Oh, I don't want to go. Oh, I want to pick this place. Hey, what the hell you let me do it for?
So that's how we had to come up with a list. So this was our approach. We came up with a list of things that we both agreed these would be great date night ideas. And so we had to kind of figure that out and compromise because it was a sore subject.
If I do something spectacular,
what he thought a date night was.
So if a date night for me, I'll do something spectacular, right? That should last for at least a couple of months, right?
There you go.
Right?
But it's spectacular in your eyes.
Listen. Everyone in this world don't get married at Disney World for an anniversary, right? You would think that would last for at least a whole year. But then, some little Mother's Day come up and it's like, I'm like, yo, how many?
No, Eddie, no, that's not how we work.
You don't even.
The bigger you do, the next one has to be quicker.
I guarantee you that you don't have every Mother's Day card or every birthday card from the first day you got married.
I don't have any Mother Day cards.
There you go.
Any birthday cards because I get one like once every 10 years.
Huh?
Yeah, we're not.
Okay. That's your marriage. Okay. I couldn't do that, but that's okay.
Early on, right? So I bought some flowers.
So Jason and
hold on. I got to tell the story, right? So I brought some roses, right? And then she goes, why would you waste money on roses? We could pay.
That's a trick.
With that.
Yeah.
So then I didn't buy any for like 10 or 15 years. And then she goes, why don't you ever give me any roses or anything?
Yep.
When I
said no. I said I do like flowers. Like I do like flowers, and you don't have
waste
to
the
not.
money.
I didn't say don't waste the
I
money.
stopped putting all the money on the bill.
But that was early in our relationship.
Yeah.
That was no change.
See?
Unless you say something, I don't know what's going to change. Then you want flowers now?
Right.
And then I bring flowers, then you bite my head off. I don't know.
So he bought me the most beautiful flowers.
I did
Saturday, and I've been trying to post them, but they were they're still upstairs on the table. And
to be honest,
so beautiful.
I like and I enjoy giving flowers, but then she kind of cut me off. She cut my legs from under me when she told me, just pay a bill. I'm like, all right, fine.
I was like, well, why waste money on flowers when they're gonna die? But I didn't ever buy them again. I'm glad we had that conversation.
Right.
I'm just like, don't waste them now. Maybe at that time. I know we all go through stages. We all change. Right.
Agree.
So read the comments because I don't want to get too
Yes.
I'm going to take this.
So what? I can't read it.
It says, Mr. Sledge, I am in the doghouse for not being affectionate and thinking what I feel is a great date night. But my partner has a different view.
So what's your advice?
Yeah.
My advice.
You might not want to ask him.
My advice. Look, my advice is there's no surprises, right? Right. I can study you, think that you want. Look, she said earlier in this show, she said she loved the spa, right? So I got a damn spa package. Oh, I don't want it this year. Come on, guy. Who don't want? No, I want a spa. Come on, guy.
Wait,
Like, come on,
so
man.
listen. In my defense, he said,
Ain't no defense.
Wait, listen. He'll notice that I love something, and then he'll just do that from now on all the time.
Christina, oh my
I'm
God,
like-
are we married to the same people?
Yeah, I'm like,
That's
can
what-
you
and that's
can
what-
you
that's-
switch it up? Can you like?
What?
That's
Who the hell
why-
like the spa?
Yeah, you like it's like
I
you
love the
find out
spa.
one- It's like you talk about something you like, they find out one thing, and then you keep seeing it.
You know why?
forever.
Because you know why? Because women.
Right.
You know why? Because women, like you said, 1 minute, you never know you're gonna change.
We like.
So I don't know you're gonna change.
We like
Right.
variety.
We like
except in our
variety.
husbands. It's just
Right.
one husband, but lots
Yes.
of
But
variety.
if you
Yes, just
you
like
know
our
what's funny?
shoes,
Right.
I'm real
Food,
simple.
food.
clothes.
I'm real simple.
Yeah.
Right.
Even my kids know if you go in here, what to order me, go in there, this
Mhm.
is what you get from these different restaurants or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Real simple. I come home and I bring Tina something. She goes, you know what? I would have had something else. Why didn't you call me?
Yes,
What you had
Tina.
last time.
Yes,
Right,
I'm
right.
with you. I'm with
And
you.
the last time she said, "Oh, I love this. I can eat this every day." Okay, I'm bringing it every day.
But no, not this day.
Right. Not today. I meant like every day except today.
Right.
Right.
How was I know that?
Right. So I told Jason, right? He knows that I like Reese cups. So
Mhm.
every time he stops when we're on a road trip,
Yeah.
he goes in the gas station and he buys me a Reese cup, and I'm like,
I don't
Aw.
want a Reese cup.
so, it's so funny because we were working on a house, and every time he went to the store,
Mhm.
to Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever, he would get him a Kit Kat, right? And so he would buy me. He bought me a Reese cup. He bought me the Reese sticks. He bought me the
Aw.
everything in the Reese.
Variety.
They
Mhm.
were all in
Yeah.
the freezer, but they were still just Reese cups. I'm like, what
Right.
happened to the chips? What happened to
All right, give me
I'm
something
like,
else
where did
now.
chips come from?
Oh,
Switch it up. Switch it up.
I mean, I like Twix too, and
So
like,
then I started buying a Twix,
It's
but it
like-
came by too many.
it's like
Can't watch so many. Right.
if he finds something that I say I like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see it forever.
Me too.
What's
Me
wrong
too.
with that?
So we were trying to.
Yo,
find-
you bought me
Wait,
you bought me
wait.
football tickets or baseball tickets forever. I'm fine with that.
See, but
I'm with
guys,
you, brother.
I think
Yeah,
guys are a
feel.
little bit easier that way. I don't know, but
Yeah.
like I was looking for these goldfish here in Maryland. They're
And I bust my butt final, right?
wait, they're Old Bay.
I do great things, right?
You know the Old Bay, like
Right.
the goldfish crackers.
Okay, all right.
So they had in Maryland, Old Bay is a big thing here.
Okay.
It's the season, and so they came out with these Old Bay crackers, right? Goldfish crackers, and so we were trying to find them.
Watch this.
So wait, so we find them. Okay,
I found them.
Wait, he found
I,
it.
I searched 8 stores. Well, I'm telling you, I found them.
He
I
found it.
I searched. I searched. I
Wait,
found
wait.
it. I found it. I found it. Right.
He found it. Wait.
Okay.
And so
Now,
I'm
you
thinking
guys are good for that. You will.
He
do
found
what you
it.
want.
He
Watch
found it.
this. Watch this.
But
Watch
I
this.
only wanted one bag, right? He bought like 5 bags. And
Because I don't know when it's limited this year. I don't know when they're gonna run
I'm
out.
like-
And if you like it, then you might want another bag. I'm not going across town to buy another bag. So I bought 5. I bought them out. It's a 5 left. I bought all 5. It's only ain't one bag, but that's what I do. I did that.
I thought it was
And
beautiful.
she thought it was
And
helpful.
I kissed you when you
Yeah,
brought it home.
but now she
right?
bringing it up like it's no
But
good.
Christina,
No.
in your mind, you were thinking, "Oh my God, he wouldn't bought 5 bags."
bags.
Right.
I
5.
appreciate it. All right, let's get through these comments,
Yeah,
Jason. That is funny.
That is hilarious.
All right, so what would be your advice
Okay,
to
hold on, let me
to
get
wait?
to this.
But you never answered Dennis's question.
Oh,
about
what was-
being in
oh,
the
sorry.
doghouse on date night.
Yeah.
Don't surprise her. Just hey.
So Christina, what would you offer? I would take it from a woman's perspective because men, you
Yeah.
guys just don't understand.
We don't. Because
Yeah.
So you know what? What women like
Mm-hmm.
is
Mhm.
something different.
Yes.
Don't do something we've done before.
Yes.
Here's
So
the
so
thing.
don't let me
And you every 37 years, you did everything.
But
no,
There's nothing you never did.
So if you and your mate, if you've heard her talk about something, right? Even if it's as simple as doing a picnic.
stop.
So a picnic is something that people normally do when they first get together, right? So if it's warm outside,
Mhm.
make a picnic basket
Right.
or order some food, put it in a picnic basket, right? Make
Yeah.
life simple.
Or
Yeah.
Hey, grab a blanket, go pick her up, drive to a park, pull out a tree, buy some balloons. She's going to be
Aw.
surprised. It's the
Right.
thought
Thoughts.
behind it.
Yeah.
And she'll go, oh, it's too hot today.
I was just getting ready to
I
say
wasn't going to do it today. You should have this on a Sunday, not a
So what you
Saturday.
do-
I
no,
I don't want
you
anything to
have-
do on
You
Sunday.
have a plan B. If it's hot, you make sure you get a
See, too
shade
many
tree.
things. Yeah.
But if it's too hot,
Right.
you make sure you have a backup plan. So I have this
Yes.
nice little, like you have to do something. You
Yes.
have to let us know that you actually thought
Yes.
about it.
It's too many ants.
Yes.
It's too
That's
many
the-
ants by the tree.
Wait.
It's
That's
something. I'm
I
telling
think
you.
that's my tip to Dennis, right? Is think, like you said, team. Think, just kind of just put a little planning in there. Think about it like a little bit more thoroughly, right?
Right.
Really take some time and like, and I talk about this in the date night entertainment book, like just really trying to hone in on listening on to some things that they might have said that your spouse or your
Exactly. That's
loved
what
one
I
might
say.
have
Listen,
said.
listen to my
You know,
words. Listen
like,
to what I like.
oh, we've never really got a chance to do this. I
Exactly.
would love to do that
Dennis,
one
my
day.
advice to you is to sit down like we did recently and pick 10, you and your spouse, look on the website, look online and pick out 10 things that you both agree you could do. Then by then, you can pick a date together and do it together. Do it as a couple.
Okay.
No more surprises because you're not going to win. Just do it
I
together.
don't like surprises, but I
See?
do like for you to think. So it doesn't have to be
Yes.
surprise. So let's take,
Yes.
for instance, like this, right? We know we want to be together.
Right.
We know
Yes.
women like to be surprised. Buy a boat ride.
It's too hot. She got real hair.
it
It ain't gonna
ain't
work.
like-
Or you
no,
get
no, no.
sick.
It's not gonna hurt.
There's-
It's not gonna hurt. The
there's
humidity.
different-
The
there's
humidity hurts her hair.
kinds.
There's different
There's different
kinds.
kinds, right?
Okay,
There's
we did the boat ride. We did it.
You can do
we did it.
inside, yes,
Yeah,
with
yeah, so they
AC,
have-
with AC.
They have a nice dinner cruise.
Mhm.
So you don't have to pick dinner. You can buy us a ticket on a dinner cruise. We can be on a cruise, and we can have the water. We have the ambiance is usually at night,
Mhm.
and so and they have
Okay.
music. So there's so many. The thing is, you guys have to think outside of your.
Okay, okay. I'll tell you that's not good. You know why? Because women, especially her, need to know where they're going, right? I need to know.
No,
So,
no,
no.
That's what
I give you an
saying.
example. I give you an example. I was surprising her like last month, something like that, right? She goes, "Oh, is this comfortable? What do I need to wear?" Okay.
Yep, that's what
this
I'm
is
saying. Just
comfortable.
let us know how to dress.
Okay,
Just
but
like I
okay.
said.
Oh, so do I need sandals with this? Can I switch my shoes out? Are we going hiking? So all these questions coming up, I got to answer because she won't go. So now it's no surprise anymore. So it's like, okay,
No,
now, and I'm trying to go now eating every
You're taking
time.
it the wrong
But
way.
see,
So
you
this is-
have to beat me to the punch and say,
Yes.
listen, this is what you should wear.
I told you, and you still had questions.
No.
Oh, I need to know. I need
It
to
is not
know.
that easy. We could give you all the information. You're still going to come back with more questions.
You should come back more questions.
Let's get these. So this is the
All
thing.
these comments are rolling in. Hold on one second.
Get the comments.
Let me see. She said, let me see. Before I get that. Yep, we're going for that. Okay. Yeah.
Don't skip everybody. Put everybody's
I got
message
you.
because I don't want you to have to go back. All right. All right. So what does this say? Unfortunately, I am honestly I'm a homebody.
I'm a homebody.
Now at an older age, but yes, I appreciate the suggestions.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. So if
We
you're a
have ideas
homebody-
for that. We have ideas
right,
for
if
that.
you're a homebody
Yeah.
and she doesn't mind being home, then do
Hey.
something different. Don't
Yeah.
keep doing the same thing.
Hey, Dennis, get my book, Date Night Entertaining with Christina. And this is all about date nights at home and some stuff outside.
And don't tell your mate you have it. Buy
Yes.
it, hide it, and
Yes.
put it under the mattress or something
Yes.
in another room, and then she'll think you're doing this all on your own.
Yeah, and so you can take some.
If she
listen.
If she doesn't
You
look
can-
at this show.
If she doesn't look at the show. But yeah, I mean, you could do stuff like movie night, right? But make it fun. Like I have
Make it fun.
I have a planner here, a platter that you could put together,
She got a
like
plan. And
ideas.
just throw it together.
Yeah.
Just-
See, that's me. I'm going to throw it.
But that's
together.
all. That's all for the stuff you could do at home. Like you could do that at home.
That's the thing.
Let me
like
get through
it.
this. Hold on
Okay,
one
go
second.
ahead.
All right, Patsy. Oh, hey, Patsy, how you
Hi,
doing?
Patsy. Hi,
Yeah.
Jason and Tina. Hi, Patsy. Thanks for joining us. All right, what
I
else?
think I have this one. Oh, okay. Let me see what he says here. I think comfortability in a relationship makes us men forget about date night or courting our mates over time. And I think so too. Yeah, you
I
just
think
get comfortable
so.
where you're at.
Or you forget that you're simple, so you think that we're simple.
Or
Yeah.
because you know that we simple. So the gifts you give us is simple, and you stay in your own box. Like, okay, he's simple this week. I can just buy this. So women do the same thing.
No, not always.
No,
Like I
no.
did some really good things for you this Father's Day. You don't remember?
They were too big.
That was
You made 'em
nice.
simple.
Wasn't it
That
nice?
was nice. Yeah,
It was
nice.
thoughtful,
But it's the
right?
same thing I normally get. Shirts and stuff.
No,
What?
no.
What was it?
You know
I
what?
got you an electric toothbrush that you never had.
Okay, against my own will, but I
But
take
you
that. I
liked it. You
Yeah,
liked
I like
it.
Yeah. She asked me, I said no, and she still bought it, right? She asked me, and I said no, I would never use one, and then she still surprised me with one.
But
right?
he loves it.
I love it.
He
Yeah.
loves it.
See, that's
See?
because you see. That's what we're talking about. We think outside the box. That's how we want.
But I told you no.
But
I
see,
told
here's
you
the
no.
thing. Eddie,
But
had
you
bought
loved it. You
Christina
loved it.
something that she said that she did not want, she wouldn't be coming back saying she loves it.
No.
She'd have been like, "I told you don't buy it. I don't
No.
want it."
No. Hey, why you wait that a long time?
No, that might be true. So Jason's like, I'm like,
Mhm.
get some. He's like, every time, like, ask my kids. They established this long time ago. I don't have a favorite anything.
Yep.
I don't have a favorite
Mm,
food. I don't have a favorite drink. I don't have a favorite nothing. Color. So
Yeah.
I love everything. So
Okay,
I'm open to
okay.
everything. So Jason's like, you change too much. Well, just surprise me.
Mhm.
Don't bring me the same color every time. So I did. Last time he brought me roses, they were this beautiful coral color. They were
Yeah.
so pretty.
Oh, that's
Yeah, but
pretty.
this Saturday what color are the roses up there? White,
They're
white.
white and like a pink.
So they were really pretty.
Oh, that's nice.
But he keeps buying the roses. But no, I'm just kidding.
Mhm. Never satisfied like the
But they're
Stones.
pretty. But they're
Women
pretty.
never
So-
satisfied like
but
the
we were going-
Stones.
But we were going back to the cards because Eddie was like, "What? You don't have a birthday or Mother's Day card?" So Jason and I, like,
Hmm.
we know
Right.
our love. So to me,
Yeah.
you don't have to.
If I don't get
only-
a birthday card,
you don't have to give me
I'm
something
not going to
only
get bent
on-
out of shape.
Yeah, only on my birthday.
Yeah. We
or
started
only on
that. We
Christmas.
started that too. Yeah.
I'm like, we don't do that.
Mhm.
Like if I don't, most
Yeah.
of the time we didn't even celebrate. Like we would celebrate it
Mhm.
together.
Yeah.
Or ice cream and cake, something really simple. Some people want you to go this whole. You didn't give me a birthday card. You didn't give me something. You didn't give me. So,
Yeah.
again, to me, a birthday card is a waste. So if like,
Right.
I
And
mean,
us
it's just-
spending
it's just-
time, I
right.
enjoy that. If
That's
we can go
not
for a
what my-
walk around the block, it'll mean more than you giving a
yeah,
card.
that's
Yeah.
not what my
Mhm.
value.
Yeah.
is.
We started that. We started that as
Yeah,
well.
so people may
Mhm.
not understand it, but I know that the value, and if he just surprisingly buys me a card and it says, because I love you, that means more than you just buying it because it's my birthday,
Mhm.
which is really funny.
And I used to do that when we were dating.
Which is really funny. So this
Mhm.
past
Cards.
birthday,
Mhm.
I wasn't here. I was at a conference. And so he goes out to buy me a birthday card because I wasn't here,
Oh,
probably.
my goodness.
But he read the words, and the words were beautiful.
Oh.
But it said
Oh.
Happy
But-
Mother's Day.
Never satisfied like the Stones.
You know what I'm saying? It's-
Never satisfied.
So I said, it's not Mother's Day. He's like, no, it's your birthday. I said, but the card says Happy Mother's Day.
I said, man, his words was on point.
Yep, that's what he said.
Well,
the words are on point.
You know what I
all
said?
the words.
I said, well, you know what? I don't have to buy a Mother's Day card now.
You have it covered.
So,
So let me go ahead. So yes, Mr. Sledge is definitely military background like me. Go Navy. Oh, okay. He's in Navy. Where did you serve? Eddie?
go up.
An Army.
Army. Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Okay.
Mhm.
There we go, Mr. Sledge. You are.
Standing strong, brother. But yeah, that's far. But you better do something amazing
After
after
this
the show.
But it's with the Town Square. Come on, man. Come on,
That's right.
man.
That's right.
Come on, man.
And you know what? The biggest thing.
I do a 10-second rule. 10 I do 11 seconds tonight.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
You mean
So,
9?
All right.
Dennis,
No,
if
11.
you
We go
don't know
over.
the
That's
10
it.
second- So, Dennis, if you don't know the 10-second rule, you got to go to episode number 80-something in our podcast. Go to Love and Beyond the I Do, so you can go on. Was ours recorded?
Mhm. Yeah, it was
So
video.
you,
video.
yeah, so you can even go on YouTube, Love and Beyond the I Do,
Yep.
and look for their episode. What was it called?
We were meant to be together.
We were meant to be together. And you can see the 10-second rule, but that's funny because I missed what I was gonna say. But
But I got one from Nancy here.
Go ahead.
Nancy, Guys, you are doing a great job. Your wives, shaking my head. Somebody feels me.
Yes. Hmm.
Nancy,
We just want them to raise the
Nancy
bar a
is
little
talking about
bit.
this.
That's all. We just
Nancy's just trying to give the guys a point.
okay,
I'll
okay.
take that point.
But see, I've admitted that to Jason. I said, Jason, you have a point. Because I might want chocolate cake tonight. Tomorrow I
Yep.
may want peach cobbler. And then I may want coconut.
Yeah,
I may want the lemon coconut cake.
yeah.
So he's just all the time the
Variety.
same thing.
I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
miss cheesecake. I know she likes cheesecake. With the turtle. I know which one. I go and get it. I don't want that.
I would like the strawberry. I don't say I don't want that.
I
I'll just
don't.
say
I don't.
I
like
would have liked
cheesecake.
this one instead.
It's same thing with spooning, right? You spoon, right? You spoon every night. Oh, not tonight. I'm like, well, it's just spooning, God. Like, we like this. This is us. It's spooning. No, I didn't know what spooning was till she told me when we first got married. I'm like, I like this. I didn't know what it was. So I love the spoon, right? Oh yeah, let's do it now. Why you not spooning me? Like, God, you confusing me, man.
You know why she's not spooning me. Because you don't realize that the spoon is it.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
But
There's
no,
nothing
but
after the spoon. There's nothing to eat with the spoon.
But
It's just a spoon.
But sometimes I'm happy with that, right? So she'll let me know. Then when I don't do it, she'll go, "Oh, why you not closer?" I'm like, "You just pushed me away yesterday." Like, no, like yeah, you're confusing, man. But marriage is a happy.
You have to feel our vibe. We send it out.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Marriage is a beautiful headache. That's what it is.
It is. With
And
all the
navigate.
love, that's what makes it a dance.
Look
He
what
said,
that
"What's
Nancy said.
What did
spooning?
Nancy say?
What's
What is
spooning?"
spooning?
And we got to tell you.
That's Patsy.
Oh, that
That was
Oh,
Patsy.
Patsy. Oh, wait a minute, Patsy.
Patsy, you've been married. It has to be about what?
30,
40-something.
40?
Got to be 40-some years. She was married before I was married.
Okay.
So spooning.
Oh, wow.
Spooning is when your mate is behind you and you guys are close together. So you
Mhm.
kind of
In the
shake each
bed,
other.
leaning
Yeah,
down.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the bed.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Mhm.
so tonight, tell your husband, let's spoon.
Right. You lay on your side.
He
And-
doesn't-
and-
it's
and-
close.
And you gotta
Like
you
two
gotta understand.
spoons, like two
You know,
spoons.
it's hard to spoon anyway. So my
Yeah.
arm is going dead. You know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to put my arm and get amputated to spoon with you, guys. This is not this easy for me. It's not easy for someone to spoon with you because you can't put your arm underneath
That's
because it's
true,
awkward.
that's true.
It be in your back,
But-
then you complain.
But Jason doesn't like to spoon.
'cause
He
see, I
doesn't
got-
like to
'cause
touch
I-
unless
no,
unless
right,
it's
yeah, yeah.
leading.
See,
Unless it's leading.
Right. So
I
me,
understand.
So, yeah,
So-
10-second rule.
I don't sleep on that side. So when I fall asleep, I need to turn away.
I need to turn away, yo.
and go to- Right? So I can't fall asleep. Now I fall
Gotcha.
asleep and I got my arm up in the
Mhm.
air and the other one here. This is uncomfortable. Now this is
Mhm.
asleep. You know, so it's just difficult to do.
Women don't understand how hard it is for us to embrace that and be like, I'm willing to let my arm go dead
Right.
and don't get any sleep just to spoon and fill your body heat. That's all I want to do. I just want to be close to you.
She's comfortable. And,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yep.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, let's get these things. So what does Jenna says? Once again, Jason and Mr.
Y'all going to the doghouse.
Yep, that's right. Tonight.
We said with him
Mhm.
tonight.
Meet you in the doghouse. Patsy said, yep, she's been married
37 years.
Wow,
So tonight,
congratulations.
look at your husband and say, honey, let's spoon. And you know,
Yeah.
if you don't know what spooning is, and you guys have never done
Cuddling.
it, this is
Yeah.
Cuddling.
Cuddling.
right.
Yes.
So this is, I'm glad she asked that question because this gives her the opportunity to interject something new and exciting
Yes.
in her marriage.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
So your husband may wonder, stop watching Tina and Jason, but this may help him, right? People are like, where you get that from?
Yep.
Because the first thing we think when our spouse says something different, you like, wait a minute.
Where'd that come from?
Right.
Where
right.
you get that from?
Right.
Mhm.
You're doing something different tonight. What is going on? But the thing is that that's part of marriage, doing things out of the routine because it becomes a routine. It becomes a habit. It becomes, nobody, you still want to have some excitement in your marriage. You want to feel alive. What?
She said, I need air. You need space.
Mhm.
Like, you proud of me. I need some air. Oh my goodness.
So that's so funny.
It's fun.
It is fun, and you know what? There comes a point, like when Jason and I, so we have this huge bed, right? And so I'll squeeze over to him and touch him for a little while, but then I'm like, I need my space. I'm
Yep.
like, I
Agree.
like
Yep.
I can open up my leg and not touch him. I'm like, I can kick out, and so yeah, I just
But see, when you creep to our side, that means
Yeah.
I'm
I
up.
just want to
So
touch
I
your
gotta
body.
be up.
I just want to feel your body heat.
Yeah, it's not that easy. That means because you're tricky. You're off and on. I don't know what's going on. So
Yeah,
you creep to my side. It's like
You know
okay,
what?
So
You
so
know
that's
the real
Wake
our
up.
problem. You
yeah,
know what
that's
the real
our
problem
rule. That's
is?
our rule. Yeah.
The real problem is that society has told men that they're wired that way.
hmm
And we are just like, you don't have to be wired that way. We're like, we just want to be close, and like, you guys don't always. You guys want too much.
Well, you need to come with a disclaimer. I
A
need
disclaimer. There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that don't work for me. If you coming over to my side of the bed, it's on.
That's
That's
it.
what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
And you know what Chris? You know
That's
what
what
Chris
he
does?
said.
You know what
That's
she
what he
does?
said.
She'll come over like, look, I don't want anything. I'm just coming to touch you, and then I know, okay, I can go to sleep.
We gotta say that. We gotta say
Yeah.
that. I don't want
Disclaimer.
to start nothing. Like sometimes I have to really think before I put on what I'm gonna put on for the night. I'm like, okay, if I put
Yep.
this on,
Yep.
he might
That's
get the wrong
another.
impression.
Yeah, we have rules about that too.
Yeah.
Tonight,
Like-
tonight is the sleep night.
Yeah.
Nope. So
And
I just,
that's sleep nights and no sleep nights. It doesn't matter.
You want to be so you want to look nice as a woman, but
Mhm.
you don't want to give the wrong impression. So then
Yeah.
I have to go back to
Yeah.
the clothes that I know
Right.
Yeah,
This is just
so-
sleeping. But I told him that I said this right here, this is this is no longer let's go there. This is now.
No.
This is a sleeping nightgown.
No. This is why I'm happily married 23 years. That doesn't work.
That's what I said. It doesn't matter what you have on.
It doesn't matter what you have on.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, right? So a lot of people think that they always have to look sexy for a man, right? But if your man is in love with you or your man loves you, no matter what you wear, or your scent of your hair, something like that, he's like, I'm
don't
totally
think I
in
have
with this
to look
person.
Sexy, but when it's hot, I would like to put on, a nice,
Yeah. So let me tell you.
a nice, lingerie piece, something that's
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you think it means
It's time to go.
I just want to be comfortable.
Even if you wear pajamas, we still think that way.
Okay.
We still think that way.
I said,
But that's a good thing.
That's my point.
That's a good thing because if you ain't think like this, then I'm thinking about this by someone else.
There you go.
We
So-
think about that too. We appreciate
Okay.
that, but we just want to let you guys know you don't have to think about it all the time.
It's not all the time.
All the
Right.
time.
Ain't all the time,
It's
but
all it's all the time.
nah.
A little bit of
It's a high percentage, but it's not.
It's high percentage, it's not all the time. No,
Right.
it's high percentage, but it's not all the time.
What's the percentage? What's the percentage?
About like 85, maybe 90, but it ain't like 100%.
Exactly.
I do need to get
All
sleep.
right, that's pretty high.
You know, I
Yeah.
do need to read,
I'm not-
do watch TV or something else. Yeah. I mean, if it happens now during that 10%, if it happens, it happens. But
Right.
it's still 90. It's still up there 90% like that. Yeah.
All right.
I'm with you, right?
hmm
So, what are our
Listen,
comments?
I tell
What
my
is our
wife all the
comment?
time, I got a license for this. So
A marriage license?
I
that's
got,
right.
A mar-
I
Oh,
appreciate
okay.
it, but
That's right.
I know that just men are just it's like one way highway. It's just like every thought, every move, we understand. I mean, I appreciate it.
stop
Yeah,
breathing.
I
Stop
mean-
walking. Stop breathing. Stop. Just be dead.
So we're working out one day, and I'm trying to, and I just feel like I feel close, right? So I'm trying to get close to him, and I'm being all
And she
cuddly.
come over and she want to
And-
hug and
And
kiss
he's
on
like,
me.
baby, you can't do that in the gym. I'm like, I can't show emotion in the gym.
My heart already beating fast. Then you wanna come hug on me?
Right. It's like, wow, I can't, like, we're in a store or something, and I'm just touching his arm like this, right? And he's like, no, you can't do that. No.
I looked at her. I'm like, I'm like, you.
just touching your arm.
I said, you better go to the bathroom, right? She's like, no, we're in the clothing store. I'm like, don't do it, then. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You
man.
guys are too funny. Let's read these comments. You guys are too
Oh, man.
funny. I don't know.
It's funny.
Yeah,
Funny.
I'm guilty. My partner can just come in the room and
Oh, his is 99%.
Yeah.
That's it. And you know what, Dennis, I'm with you. Sometimes all I gotta do is show up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
that's it. You know, I mean, like this is the person I want to be with. I love her, and
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm
Aw,
trying to make sure that you go
aw,
nowhere to go find anyone else that's going to give you this attention.
Right? Exactly.
You
I
aw.
ain't
want to give
going
you all the
nowhere.
attention.
all right,
That's
just
the
saying,
that's the
just saying.
goal.
All right.
All right, guys. So yeah, we're out. We're getting ready to get out. Yeah, we good. Yeah, we got
Everything,
everything.
everything. All
We
right,
got.
we got all the comments. Make sure you share
Mm-hmm.
everybody's comments. And
Yep.
just all right.
Well, guys, we appreciate you
Yes,
interacting. I hope you enjoyed the guests. I'm sorry, family. They're not guests. They're
that's
family.
right. Their family.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Eddie and Christina.
Yes. And
All right, we
we
thank
love
you so.
what you guys doing
Yes,
and keep it
congratulations with
up.
all of
Thank
your
Thank you.
you.
endeavors and more success to come. More success to come. Plenty of blessings. Congratulations again. Hard work does pay off.
Thank
Thank
Congratulations
you.
with the
you.
marriage. Congratulations with working together. Congratulations with all the success that you guys that are coming your way.
Thank
Yeah, go
Thank
you.
ahead
Thanks
and
for
again
having
tell them where
us.
they can. Sure, tell them where they can find you. Your website, your social media, and all that.
Yes, you can follow us on sledgehousemedia.com. That's our website. And then at Sledgehouse Media on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're on everything.
And so, real quick, just go through all of the books. I don't know if you have them there. Just go through the books and let
Yeah,
people know
sure.
if they can listen to them on Audible or where they can find them and
Yeah,
what, and
yeah,
just a little
yeah.
briefly book about what they're about. Just really
Yeah.
quick. All right, go ahead.
So we have, I'll go down the line here. We have Story of Christina and I. This is our memoir. This is the one that started it all. It's about our love story. So that's on Amazon. That's everywhere books are sold, actually.
Okay.
Walmart, Books a Million, Barnes and Noble. Andre's Confessions and Ricardo's Collisions. That's part 1 and 2 of our series, The Desire Family Saga. That's a murder mystery, a little romance in there. Very good if you're into mysteries and suspense. That's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books a Million. Our Marriage, an essay. That's this one right here. This is a very short read. It's kind of like an excerpt of the story of Christina and I. You want some advice on marriage? That's the one to go to. Very quick and short and sweet. And then we also have my essay. It's called Do It For You. And this one is just about achieving your goals and working on a plan to accomplish your goals. And so I give you 4 easy steps for following that. Very easy, quick, and easy to follow. And then Date Night Entertaining with Christina. This is our latest book. This one right here gives you all the planning tips and ideas for planning a date night at home, and then some ideas for date nights out. And has lots of recipes, cocktails, mocktails, all in there, dinner ideas, and also the morning after some breakfast brunch ideas.
All right.
And then we have Engaged on Christmas Eve. This is our rom-com. This one is a Christmas theme, but it's great for this time of year too, for Christmas in July. And we have the audiobook out. And the majority of these have audiobooks as well. So you can get those on Audible and Apple Books.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. And Eddie is in the works of working on a whole bunch of other ones behind the scene.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm number 16 right now. That's working on.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then our short film, Joined by Fate, is going through the film festival circuit, but at the end of this year, it'll be on streaming platforms. So follow us and you'll be able to watch it.
All right,
That's what
sounds
Yeah.
I'm
good.
talking
Sounds
about.
good. So as it's going through the circuit, does it go through different states? Will it come here in Chicago? Or do you know?
We actually, I think there's one film festival we're
that's
waiting to
yeah,
hear back from, and it's actually in Chicago.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was gonna say that earlier too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to let us know
Yep.
because then we can make
Yes.
that field trip.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Meet
We
up and
want to
every.
support. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We can
Absolutely.
all go to the movie theaters.
Thank
Red
Hmm.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what family does.
That's right.
Yeah.
Support.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. Well, that is it. If there's no more questions, what's
Well,
that?
Dennis said,
Dennis said,
thank
"Thank
you.
you, everyone. You are welcome.
Welcome,
Thank
Dennis.
you, Dennis. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you.
Thank you.
chiming in, for
Thank
giving
you.
advice. You know,
Yeah, Dennis is Sledgehouse Media, all one word,
Dot
.com.
com.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. All one word. Same thing with the social media, Sledgehouse Media. Yep.
Hmm.
all right, all right. So, is there
All
anything
right.
else, Jason?
I think that's it, guys. I want to say thank you once again.
Yes.
Many blessings to you.
Thank
We'll
you.
sure this is not the last
Oh
time.
no, it
We'll
won't
have
be.
you
Oh
on
no.
several times.
Oh
Every
no,
time
we're
something
going
new
to the
is coming
next
out.
screening. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have
Yeah.
Yeah.
something to live, to stream live and talk
oh yeah,
about.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, for
Hmm.
sure.
That'll be
All right.
fun.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We love you. We bless you. And
Thank
don't
you.
forget, this is your Jason and I. We are your dynamic duo in marriage. And as always, we're
We're
in
in
it
it
to
to
win
win it.
it.
Hold on, guys. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Till next time.